I was born in Catania, Sicily, and when I was 3, my father came over here first, and with my oldest brother Peter, and he came over here to try out the USA. And 1 year later, my mom and 4 of us, right, 4 of us came on the boat to New York, and we met my father here. And then we opened up our own pizza place. And the first place we had was in Brooklyn. I graduated from college. I met my wife there, and my wife and I just took off, traveled around the country, and moved to actually after 6 months on the road, moved to Santa Barbara, California. But we got kind of longing for the East Coast. Believe it or not, we missed the change of seasons, but we missed the family too. And we remembered Maine in our former travels, when we were only 24. We remembered Maine being really nice, and it was close enough to New York, but not in New York. Didn't want to go back to New York. Then I wanted to try, for some reason, we wanted to open up a little store, a retail front. And people really liked the hand toss. We had a big picture window, people saw me tossing it. And we put out a real good product, and my crust was, that was the whole key. At the pizza place, though, what really helped my business, first I bought pesto, and then I said, why can't I make this myself? So I started practicing, I came up with a recipe, and people really liked it, because I had a pizza there with pesto. And I had a white sauce and my own red sauce, I made those also. But the people really liked the pesto, so I started packaging it. And I started selling it at the pizza place, just maybe, 20, 30 a week or something, and I was doing a half a gallon a week. And then I decided to close the shop, finish building a house. I took a year off, and I was running out of money, so I went back to baking. I baked bread, but I also sold pesto. It's funny, when I started doing the pesto at the pizza place, like I said, I did such a small amount. It was not a big deal. I just used a Cuisinart, and I'd do a small batch at a time. But when I started going bigger time, I started doing 20 gallons, now 25, 30 gallons a week. So I'd have to do a small batches at a time, all day long, mixing the oil with the basil and then the pine nuts and on and on. And the whole ingredients with this is real simple. It's good ingredients, fresh basil, and then I buy my pine nuts in volume. I buy 100 pounds at a time. And then I buy my Parmesan cheese from Wisconsin, and garlic. I buy peeled garlic. It comes from California. And the only thing else I put in there is a tiny little bit of lemon juice, just to keep it a little greener. And I put a little black pepper in there. And no salt, no other ingredients. That's it. That's all I put in there. And extra virgin olive oil, of course. And that's how I make my pesto.